Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Boy, do I got a good one for y'all today. I want to show y'all this article right here by CNET. You can already see the title, Robinhood app files to go public. So, I'm going to read through this article a little bit, and then there's a second one right below it. We're going to read through it a little bit, and I'm going to highlight some points and stuff, and then I'll save my opinion till the end of the video. So, with that all being said, let's get into this shit show. So, as you can see, Robinhood's filing to go public. Okay, and this is pretty smart on their deal. A company plans to trade under the symbol HOOD. That makes sense. Okay, so they say in the article that they filed Thursday with the SEC for its initial public offering. Okay, according to their S1 filing, the company revealed that it had about 18 million accounts with money in them on their platform. Interpretation: according to their financial filings, they show 18 million users with money in their accounts. So that's a pretty good amount of users. 18 million. Let's just do stupid math here for just a second. Let's say we have 18 million people, and let's say they all got $2,000 in their account. Probably don't. If they just have $2,000, that is. Am I reading that number right? I don't know if y'all can see that, but my calculations comes out to 36 billion. That's if everybody's got $2,000 in their account. That's a lot of money. Anyhow, let's continue the article. This interested me. Robinhood was also profitable last year, which means they were profitable, according to the article on CNET. They were profitable in 2020, generating a net income of 7.45 million so they made, after expenses, they made $7.45 million on a revenue of $959 million in 2020. So you could almost we're dealing with massive numbers, you could almost round that up to $1 billion in revenue. That's pretty impressive. That's quite a bit of revenue for this company, which, to say the least, has had its share of, what's the word I'm looking for? Exciting events, let's put it that way. So then they go to give their company spiel by the CEOs of Vlad Tenev, and I can't never pronounce the other guy's name, but they're just giving their spiel. And then okay, so that's the basic gist of it is they're going public. They were profitable last year. They have almost $1 billion in revenue. Almost. They're about like $40 million off from $1 billion in revenue. And they have 18 million active users with money in their accounts. So they got some money flowing through their system. But let's continue on. And they say in their article, earlier this week, Robinhood agreed to pay about $70 million in fines and restitution after financial regulators accused the company of showing false and misleading information to customers. This is going back to the whole GameStop deal and how Robinhood basically said, nope, we're going to limit your buys, but you can sell all you want. So there was that deal. Now, there were some issues. They may not have been fully liquid or whatever, but they weren't upfront about the customers and their situation to their customers. So to say the least, the trust with their customer base, I would say, has been broken very thoroughly. Now, whether they can repair that, that's anybody's deal. I don't know. But anyhow, FINRA is fining them $70 million because of the GameStop fiasco. So they're like bad Robinhood. But anyhow, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, otherwise known as FINRA, also said the app suffered from a number of outages from 2018 through 2021 that caused customer losses. This happened on multiple occasions. Now, if you're not trading in and out of stocks or whatever all the time, this right here, the outages, I think the outages most of the time were like only for a couple of hours. But still, it's a couple of hours. If you're trading all the time or whatever, that couple of hours matters a lot. Now, if you just buy good companies that you think are going to do good and they have an outage for 3 hours, you don't care because you're not worried about the next 3 hours. You're worried about the next 6 months or a year or 2 years. So it's not really that big of a deal for long-term guys. But for short-term people, that can be a big deal, and you lose a lot of this. So, there you go. And then you had the whole GameStop fiasco. In its filing, Robinhood said that it will reserve between 20 and 35% of its IPO shares for its customers, most of whom are all retail investors. Okay, this part is interesting. So basically, my understanding of this, my limited understanding of this, and I mean very limited, is that this amount of shares that they're going to set aside or whatever, they're basically going to set aside these IPO shares and allow any of the Robinhood users to just buy in, like what they're doing with their IPO access that they're already getting up and coming, that I done the video on earlier this week. Well, I think they're probably going to be using that same system just with their own IPO. So if you want to throw money in Robinhood and you're like, well, they've screwed up, but like I'm okay with it, they're going to allow you to do that. So, I mean, if you still got faith in the company, I mean, that they were actually, according to this article, they were profitable last year. So, I mean, do your research, see what you think. I'm not your financial advisor, but check into it if you think you want to throw money at it. But anyhow, let's go on through the article. Okay, and then they also talk here about their cryptocurrency. The company also highlighted cryptocurrency trading on its platform, noting that the growing interest and adoption of cryptocurrency will drive increased interest in our platform. Okay, and the company's going to trade under the ticker symbol HOOD. I already talked about that. Okay, the price range and number of shares to be offered has yet to be determined. Robinhood listed the size of its offering at 100 million as a placeholder, but that amount will change once it set terms of the share sale, according to Bloomberg. Now, I read another article somewhere that they're estimating that Robinhood may have a valuation of like $30 to $40 billion. So, 100 million. I mean, they 9x the $100 million placeholder. They 9x that in 1 year. So, you know they're going to be valued way over that. Like they say, that's just a placeholder. So, they haven't announced the time, and they haven't announced the number of shares or the price. So that's that. And then there's this second story right here. Robinhood is ordered to pay $70 million for misleading info and negligence. This, again, I talked about this just a while ago. This is referring to the whole Robinhood fiasco where they didn't let their users buy the shares. So that's where this fine's coming from, and the fine is being done by FINRA. So FINRA announced on Wednesday it levied its largest fine ever against popular investing app Robinhood. Robinhood, known for its customer stock trading app, will pay. Okay, through its app, will pay $57 million in fines in addition to $12.6 million in restitution to customers. Okay, this breakdown right here is interesting. Get a load of this. According to how I understand this, which again, I may be getting completely wrong, read somebody else's opinion, go talk to a lawyer. But if I'm understanding this correctly, they're going that $74 million fine, $57 million of that is going to FINRA. So Robinhood is going to write a check. They're going to write a check out to FINRA for $57 million with the saying on the bottom of the check, "Sorry," and hand it to FINRA. Okay, and FINRA's like, bad Robinhood. Okay, then you've got the other half of this that makes up to a total of like $74 million. $12.6 million in restitution to customers. Basically, class action lawsuit payouts. Let's do some quick math here. Okay, how many users did they say in this other article that Robinhood had? Let me see if I can find it. Okay, 18 million funded accounts. Let's say out of those 18 million, let's say half. So 18, that's 6 million people were affected by Robinhood shenanigans. Let's just say 6 million people. Let's do some quick math here. We got 12,600,000 divided by, let's just say 6 million affected people. I don't know how many people's involved in class action lawsuits. I'd have to dig a lot for that. But let's just use rough numbers to give you an idea. Divided by 6 million people. Get a load of this. Y'all see that? So $12.6 million divided by 6 million people. They're going to write those 6 million people $2.10 in a check because they screwed their customers over. Now, that's not saying 6 million people signed up for a class action lawsuit. Truth be told, the people involved in the class action lawsuit may only reach a little over 1 million on the high end. But still, let's do the math. Let's say only 1.5 million people is involved. Divided by, let's see, let's just do 1,500,000 people. Still, that's only $8.40. So they're going to give their customers $8.40. I'm using hypotheticals here. And they're going to pay FINRA $57 million. Who you think come out good on this deal? FINRA. But anyhow, bad Robinhood. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, and then they say in the article, over the course of the investigation, FINRA found that Robinhood violated regulations and showed false and misleading information to customers. Some customers were allowed to place trades with borrowed money, even though they turned that off. Setting in the app, according to FINRA. Oh yeah, that goes back to some of the Wall Street Bets shenanigans. There's a guy on YouTube that's done a deal on Wall Street Bets. His name is Big Boss. Watch some of his videos on Wall Street Bets. It's hilarious. But getting back to the story. Others saw inaccurate negative cash balances. FINRA. Then they say right here what FINRA is. FINRA is a non-profit self-regulatory agency that oversees member brokerages and exchanges. So that's kind of what FINRA is. Robinhood also failed to report a variety of customer complaints to FINRA, the regulator said, and suffered from outages. They already talked about that. But that's the gist in these two articles. Robinhood's gone public and they got fined 70 okay, they got fined $70 million, which only roughly 12 million of that's going back to the people that it actually affected. So there's that. And then they're going public. Okay, my opinion on Robinhood going public. I don't think it's smart for Robinhood. Or it's smart for Robinhood. It's not what I would have done if I would have been their CEO, given all the crap that they've done. If I was them, what I would have done is backed off going public a couple of years, worked on rehabilitating my company's name image. Because in this business, name, image, and reputation matter a heck of a lot. So I would have done that. Then, after my customers had faith in me again, in Robinhood as a company again, then I would have went public. But, I mean, truth be told, this is all about the Benjamins. Which, I mean, they're a private company. They're a for-profit company. That makes sense. It's just they've done a bunch of shenanigans. But that's kind of my opinions there. Now, should you buy into the IPO? That is up to you. Do your own research and all that kind of stuff. Look into it. They made profit last year. So that's a rarity in IPOs right now, is IPOs that actually are going to IPO with putting money in the bank. That's a rarity. So, I mean, would I invest in their IPO? I'm not sure. I might, because of the fact that they're profitable. But I would be highly skeptical, and I'd have to do a lot more research. Like, I use Robinhood, but I don't know. I don't know about investing in their IPO. Not saying I wouldn't, because, I mean, they're a profitable company. But that's kind of how I feel about it. So, with that being said, y'all, I'm going to get off here. And so, y'all got something to watch and kind of look into. It's a curious topic. Bad timing, in my opinion, but interesting nonetheless. So, tell me what y'all think. And with that being said, I'll see y'all later.